right, so this is going to be another movie review. This one's called Strangers of the Evening, 1932. I'm giving it 3 out of 5 stars. Thought it was a decent whodunit. It's really slow in the middle. I like the beginning and I like the ending, but the middle is boring. That's why I'm not too crazy about it. The movie poster says The Hidden Corpse. Strangers of the Evening, reissued as The Hidden Corpse, is a 1932 U.S. pre-code mystery film. Called Cinema Classics, calls it a comedy, but I only laughed at one of the jokes at the end. Produced by Samuel Bischoff for Tiffany Pictures, directed by Bruce Humberstone, and starring ZaSu Pitts. Oh, Snooky! Oh, Snooky! Lucien Littlefield and Eugene Pallette, based on Tiffany Thayer's novel, The Illustrious Corpse. The screenplay was adopted by Stuart Anthony and Ward Duff. This is complicated. It's hard to follow the plot, if there is a plot. But here's what Wikipedia says is the plot, so to speak. The body of what appears to be a lawyer and aspiring politician, Clark C. McNaughton, is brought to Chandler Undertaking Parlor, which is on 52nd Street. His face mangled from a car accident, but is really the body of a man called Jack Lee, who died in a car accident. It will be novice 19-year-old undertaker Tommy Friedman's, Harold Waldridge, first solo job, and he's very apprehensive. I don't think the police know what they're doing either in this one. It's like the Keystone Cops and the Keystone Undertaker. Dr. Joseph Chandler, Warner Richmond, who was in Flash Gordon's Trip to Mars, is the owner of the establishment, but he and his accomplices are trying to avoid an investigation since McNaughton actually died of a gunshot wound, having been shot by Lee in an argument. Tommy has a bad feeling about the case, so he tells Dr. Raymond Everett, Theodore von Eltz, that he'll be going out for coffee so that he can delay the embalming. This is a scaredy cat undertaker. He doesn't have the slightest clue why the body is still alive, or what he's doing for that matter, or how he got involved. Shortly after, Yvette's fiance Ruth, Miriam Seeger, stops in for a visit, feeling like she's being followed by her father, Frank Daniels, Lucien Littlefield. She says she can't stay long. Daniels, who has indeed been following her, confronts Everett. Daniels warns him to stay away from his daughter. Ruth, who has been hiding in another room, leaves the back way, and Ruth hails a taxi cab just as Tommy returns to discover that Dr. Everett is leaving as well. He and Ruth are planning on eloping. Two passerby discover what appears to be a dead man laying in an alley nearby and decide to deliver him to the undertaker. Tommy warns them they should have called the cops instead of bringing him here, but the two men leave, and after some discussion decide to tell a cop anyway. The cop knocks on the door, startling already skittish Tommy. Then the cop tries to go after the two men who brought the body there, but is unable to find them. Meanwhile, the second body starts to move, and a frightened Tommy runs from the building. This is what I was talking about earlier. I was jumping ahead a little bit. Later, two cops arrive to collect the body of the dead man found in the alley, but no one is at the undertaker's. So they take the only body they see, which is the one being passed off as McNaughton. Excuse me. All right. So this is based on the Illustrious Corpse novel by Tiffany Thayer, produced by Samuel Bischoff. Music by Val Burton, distributed by Tiffany Pictures, release date May 15th, 1932. Running time 70 minutes, thank God. My son keeps demanding that we go out for a walk. I guess he likes to talk about moral judgments, which is kind of an interesting topic. I guess there are extreme cases that require consideration, but I still think that morality, the moral postulates of the Decalogue and the Golden Rule are very strict and precise. He's trying to tell me like there are 50 different ways to kill a person, including kicking a dog, which doesn't make sense to me, but okay. The next day, the newspaper headlines announced that Frank Daniels has been found dead, his face mangled beyond recognition, which prompts a murder investigation and search for the two men, as well as a search for Tommy, Ruth, and Dr. Everett. Chandler phones his accomplice and advises him that he had to bury McNaughton in his own casket, since Lee's body is now missing. Days later, Dr. Everett and Ruth read it in the news that they were wanted for the murder of Daniels and that they have been traced to a Chicago hotel, but the pair leave quickly after seeing two cops knocking on their hotel door. A man with amnesia, who's really Frank Daniels, stops by the police station and he tells Detective Brubaker, Eugene Pallet, that he knows about a murder on 52nd Street, but he can't seem to remember anything about it. After questioning Daniels, he finds out that the man is living on 84th Street with a nice lady named Sybil, played by ZaSu Pitts. Oh, Snooky! I've seen so many ZaSu Pitts movies. Oh dear, she says in her other movies. In this one, she just says, oh, sometimes followed by Snooky. The other detective gives him the name of Richard Rowe, and the other detective has Sybil brought in for questioning. Sybil tells Brubaker that she found Richard Daniels on 52nd Street wearing nothing but a raincoat. Hey, little girl, want some candy? And that she brought him home with her, got him some clothes, and has been taking care of him ever since. Well, that's nice of her. I think she spent all of her savings on this guy to bail him out of jail. Everett is determined to find out the truth to clear his name and Ruth's. He goes back to the undertakers and he talks to Chandler, who doesn't know much. And what he does know, he isn't sharing. There's a reason for that. Everett sees, he's got a guilty conscience, this Chandler guy. Everett sees McNaughton's bloody body. Everett sees McNaughton's bloody clothes in Chandler's desk drawer, but Chandler warns him to mind his own business. Mind your own business or what? I don't remember that part. Everett then, yeah, what's this Chandler guy going to do? He's holding on to a secret, and that we don't know yet, and we don't know to what extent he's involved with this cover-up. But the ending will tell the truth. even though the middle part didn't make any sense. Everett then goes to Sills to look at the raincoat Richard was found in and discovers it belonged to Tommy. If you're confused by now, I was too when I watched this. I need to watch it again, see if I could actually pay attention to what the heck is going on with this plot, or lack of plot, I should say. And that there's a slip of paper with an address on it. Next, he goes to visit Tommy, who is hiding out at a friend's apartment in Philadelphia. Tommy tells him he ran when the body started to move, like a scaredy cat undertaker. The cops exhume what they believe to be Daniel's body, but Chandler sees the body and claims that it is McNaughton's body. However, Daniel's uncle, Tully Marshall, claims it isn't his nephew in spite of the mangled face. The district attorney gives the okay to exhume McNaughton's body, but Chandler and his men get there first. Everett intercepts and arranges to deliver the body, Chandler and his men, to Brubaker and the district attorney. And that's pretty much the movie. Strangers of the Evening. Nobody's in the chat room today because it's Monday in Australia. Time to go to work. Professor Quiz and Jeff Jaffe just disappeared. Same with NASA genre cult. I guess I've been doing too many Karate Man reviews lately. But Karate Man and Adrian, the two Australian mates, are still in the chat room on Saturdays, which is pretty cool. No sign of British Crumpet Man. I guess I'll let my hair grow too long. He's not interested. But I will buzz cut my own hair next week. I told you what's coming down the pike next week for Netflix. I think I told you that on Wednesday night. Got a little early start. We're going to Latin Mass today. We're going to meet with the priest, I guess, after Mass, if he's not busy talking to other people. And I got the beef stew cooking in the crock pot. It's about halfway done. All the juice is pouring out. It's like I have to keep scooping up the juice and putting it in a bowl. I guess I'll mix it in later. Do a little half and half. All right. Next up is Renegade, the TV show. I think I'm going to do one episode, then I'll work on my combined list for Tubi, Amazon Prime, and YouTube. That's going to take me 20 hours to get through. I'm not looking forward to this Renegade recommendation that Karate Man gave me. It's going to take me forever to get through. And then I've got Miami Vice coming down the pike. A bunch of discs. So it's going to be a while before I get through these Karate Man recommendations. Sorry about that. Devil's Partner, 1961, is after Renegade. I don't know when I'm going to get to that. Probably late August. Fist of Glory, 1991, another Karate Man recommendation. Night of Horror, 1981. I think that might be an Adrian recommendation, not sure. Jungle Ground, 1995, Rowdy Roddy Piper, another Karate Man recommendation. And then last but not least, Scanners 2, The New Order, 1991. That's an Adrian recommendation. There you have it, my list. I think I'm going to start on that list today. I'm not going to wait for Netflix to vaporize my queue. They already vaporized my save queue. I'm not going to wait for them to vaporize my regular queue. which probably won't happen until late September anyway, but there you have it. You've got my take on moral postulates and moral judgments, which are completely opposite from my son's, seems like. He's talking about extreme situations which never occur anyway. Once in a blue moon, you might have a situation where this guy pulls out a gun in front of a crowd and nobody's willing to take it away from him. You're the only one who's willing to do it. Is it morally justified to steal the man's gun? My son says yes. But that's kind of a gray area, an extreme situation. It never happened to me in my lifetime, so why would I even worry about something like that? It's just a philosophical discussion, as he was saying. He's pretty smart, though. He said that when you confess, you're not excusing bad behavior. You're just you have to be contrite about it. That's an important distinction, I think. Anyways, enough about religion and morality. I'll let you go. It was nice chatting with Adrian and his battle with the bottle. Then Karate Man keeps coming out with these obscure action flick recommendations, one of which he keeps recommending over and over again. And he says it's on YouTube, but I think it's the wrong region again. We've discussed that on another one of my movie reviews from the past, not too long ago, but it keeps coming up. And I guess I'm talking to myself. I'm not having a discussion about it. But I think it happened with British Crumpet Man, too. Very bad things. So these foreign fans from UK and Australia, they're like telling me stuff's on YouTube, and I search, I scroll all the way down, and I can't find it when I do a query on YouTube. Oh, I try to please you, the people, because that's what this channel is about. I was trying to explain to my son. He thinks that I'm committing idolatry by watching movies. That's a little extreme. That sounds even more severe than what the pre-sermon was saying. That 80% of the internet is junk. The Bible says, judge not lest ye be judged, but my son says it's okay to judge things that are not persons, like movies and stuff. So at least he's thinking critically somewhat. Not perfect critical thinking, but he's getting there. Anyways, that's the end of my review. Laters.